Hello, Ranger Architects. Day 2 here of the elevation plan. And so we got all of the horizontal lines established on the last video, and then we brought down our windows. And so I'm just going to focus on the main floor windows here. So our next step with windows, once you brought down the left and right side and you figured out how tall it was going to be, remember I said you could decide where that bottom line is as long as it doesn't go through the floor. And now you're going to do some offsetting. And so remember when we did the windows, we offset, first we did 1 inch line and then we did a 2 inch line. We're going to do the same thing down here. So I go to my offset, I type in 1, enter. I'm going to pick the top line here and down and over. And next one, same thing, in and over and over. And then we're going to do offset of 2, just like we did on the floor plan. So now I do offset of 2 and 2 and 2. And that's from the newest line you made. And then we're going to go to trim. Grab our trim tool, right click anywhere. We're going to trim the outside of the frame out, outside of the sill or the sash. The wood around the glass is called the sash. And the bottom's a little different. We're going to make it look like it has a little bit of a sill down here. And so we are going to trim across this and across this. And so that the bottom of the window looks something like that. So 1, 2, keep the bottom still looking like that. And so that would be a casement window that it would crank open. And so we'll do the same over here on this guy in a minute. Do our trimming. And one more. And trim. So everybody's basic, oops, undo that one. Everybody's basic window should look about like that. And so if you're going to add any detail, mutton bars, if it's a double hung window, we'll add some detail in there. But everybody's windows will begin to look like that, and then we can add detail after that. So a casement window is a window that cranks open. You may have those in your house. It has a little crank on it, and the whole window turns on like an angle from one side or the other. Double hung is a little more common. So I'm going to show you how to turn this into a double hung window. We're going to find the middle. So I'm going to go across here like this for the middle. I'm going to offset up and down 1 inch each. So I go to offset 1, pick up, pick down. Now I'm going to delete that center line, kind of like we did when we did windows for the floor plans. And then I'm going to go to trim. And when you have a double hung window, if you have one in your house, the outside pane is on the top, the inside pane is on the bottom, and the inside pane goes up. And so from the outside of the house, I want to see all of the top pane and only part the bottom 3 members of the bottom pane. So I'm going to go in and trim out this. Oops. Trim, 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 and trim. And so that's going to make it look like this sash is in front of this sash. And there's a little lock that latches that. And that's your typical double hung window. So if you want that, you're going to do that. If you want to add mutton bars, we're going to come over here. Say you want to divide it in half. I'm going to draw a line across here and across here. I like more detail than that. So now I'm going to offset these 1/2 of an inch each way to kind of give us a little 1 inch mutton bar. So we're going to offset 0.5. And so we go 0.5 each way, 0.5 each way, and then delete the center stuff. And then we could trim out this connection bars, and that would be your muntin bars is what those are called. So you can put those at top, bottom. You could do 9, you could do 3, you could do just vertical ones. However you want your mutton bars to be, it's up to you. And so that's how you're going to detail your window. Last thing on the window is some trim on the outside. So usually I like to have at least 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on what kind of style I'm looking for. We'll offset out 4 inches for trim on the outside of the window. So that'll give us something for our siding to kind of wrap around our window. And so I'll offset 4 inches for that also. So today's assignment is to finish your windows. I'm going to do one more video for your doors. And that'll be today's work, is to get some windows and doors detailed. And tomorrow or next week, we'll go after the roof and siding probably. So I'm going to sign out for this video. I'll start a new one and I'll show you how I want the doors to look.